The moment your partner crosses a line that you never clearly drew is the moment you realize why boundaries aren't optional in marriage anymore. They're essential. When I mention boundaries, most couples tense up and they hear ultimatums or restrictions. But what if we reframe boundaries as protection, as the guardrails that keep your relationship safe on the road when things get slippery? Most of us enter marriage without ever discussing our non-negotiables. We assume that our partners know what would hurt us or what would actually break our trust. So is it cheating if your spouse shares intimate emotional details with a coworker? Is it betrayal if they take their parents' side against you in an argument? There are no universal answers. It is whatever you define it to be. But if you never had the conversations, then you're setting yourself up for unhappy surprises. And here's the parts that the hardest to admit. Setting a boundary means nothing if you're not prepared to enforce it. And this is where I see couples fail miserably. They say, I can't accept lying in our relationship, but then repeatedly forgive dishonesty without consequences. They say financial infidelity is a deal breaker, then look the other way when secret spending happens again and again. Why? Because standing firm feels harsh, because we worry about being seen as controlling, because we're afraid of the outcome if we actually follow through. But boundaries without consequences aren't boundaries at all. They're just suggestions, and suggestions don't protect anything. The most difficult question isn't what are your boundaries? It's what will you actually do if those boundaries are crossed? This requires brutal honesty with yourself, but what you truly value and what you're willing to sacrifice to protect those values. Strong boundaries don't weaken your marriage, they protect it. Do you have the courage to draw these lines today?